I'd like to introduce someone who probably doesn't need an introduction, a person who has been in this nation for 70 years and is a proud Australian. I'd like to introduce Kamahl.
Good evening. A week ago, I had no idea I was going to be here. But it is an unexpected privilege. I've been here 70 years. I arrived in 1953. In 1958, I was to be deported. A miracle happened. And then I stayed on for another 2 years. They tried to deport me again. Serendipitously, I met other people who helped me. Let me not bore you with those details, but I want to share with you something that I have discovered over the years in trying to find the meaning of life. In 1953, I heard a song that changed my life. If I hadn't heard that song, I wouldn't be here with you today. It was called Nature Boy. I won't sing it to you, but you know it. Do you know Nature Boy? Nobody knows it. You want to hear that? Yes. Really? I don't know how good the sound is. Can I have your microphone? One, two, three. Yeah, it's a whole lot better. This is a song that changed my life 70 years ago. There was a boy, a very strange, enchanted boy. They say he wandered very far, over land and sea. A little shy and sad of eye, but very wise was he. And then one day, a magic day, he passed my way. And while we spoke of many things, fools and kings, this he said to me: the greatest thing you'll ever learn is just to love and be loved in return. The greatest thing you'll ever learn is just to love and be loved in return. Anyway, I was wondering why my hearing was not so good, because I didn't have my hearing aid on. Can you hold on to this? I'll put my hearing aid on. Modern technology. All right, yeah, I can hear everything. So the greatest thing you ever learn is to love and be loved in return. And on the subject of love, I've heard so much. I sing about love. But in 1972, I heard a recording that moved me. But at the end, after hearing it the second time, I thought there was something wrong with it. There was a word that was the wrong word. And anyway, I'll come back to that later. But this is the essence of it. Go placidly amid the noise and haste, and remember what peace there may be in silence. As far as possible, without surrender, be on good terms with all persons. Speak your truth quietly and clearly, and listen to others, even the dull and ignorant. They too have their story. Avoid loud and aggressive persons. They are vexatious to the spirit. If you compare yourself with others, you may become vain and bitter, for always there'll be greater and lesser persons than yourself. Enjoy your achievements as well as your plans. Keep interested in your own career, however humble. It is a real possession in the changing fortunes of time. Exercise caution in your business affairs, for the world is full of trickery. But let this not blind you to what virtue there is. Many persons strive for high ideals, and everywhere life is full of heroism. Be yourself. Especially, do not feign affection. Neither be cynical about love. For in the face of all aridity and disenchantment, it is perennial as the grass. Take kindly the counsel of the years, gracefully surrendering the sense of youth. Nurture strength of spirit to shield you in sudden misfortune. But do not distress yourself with dark imaginings. Many fears are born of fatigue and loneliness. Beyond a wholesome discipline, be gentle with yourself. You are a child of the universe, no less than the trees and the stars. You have a right to be here, and whether or not it is clear to you, no doubt the universe is unfolding as it should. Therefore, be at peace with God, whatever you conceive God to be. And whatever your labors and aspirations in the noisy confusion of life, keep peace with your soul. With all its sham, drudgery, and broken dreams, it is still a beautiful world. Be cheerful. Yes, be cheerful and strive. Strive to be happy. That's it. Thank you.
Now we'll ask you to present these plates to the
Pardon?
band. We'll ask you to present these plates to the band.
Oh, sure.
Yeah.
Sure.
Kamahl,
I just made that up. It's called Desiderata, and in 1972, when it was recorded, when is it? When it was recorded by a DJ called Les Crane, he made an error at the end of it. Instead of saying, be cheerful, strive to be happy, he said, be careful, which made nonsense of the whole thing. And they claimed it was found in a disused church in Baltimore in the 1700s. It was written by Max Ehrman in 1921. We are so easily misled. We believe too much and know too little. But try and know instead of just believing. Knowing is more important than believing. But anyway, I'm not talking about religion. I'm talking about the gossip you hear. And that's enough. Shut up and keep going. That's for you. Thank you. Thank you. Oh, you're fantastic. Fantastic. Amazing. Thank you. You're from Pakistan? No, here. Yeah. From here? Okay. How come you don't look belonging to What's a white guy doing in the
It's interfaith, Kamahl, interfaith.
Okay. Where's mine?
Well, if I can call to the stage the Honourable Richard Bronowski, we can't let Kamahl go without receiving a gift, can we? So we actually do have something for him. Richard, please.
I don't have his microphone, but never mind. I met this man 60 years ago when we were both much younger and much slimmer, and we were both at the Elder Conservatorium of Music in Adelaide, where I was trying to make a career out of playing the violin. This chap took off, he really did. And if Paul Robeson has someone who has the same voice, it's Kamahl. I didn't realise he was going to be such a comedian and so effective tonight, but Kamahl, I'm so glad you came, and on behalf of Affinity, I present you with this small gift of appreciation.
That's not working. Thank you. One of the things I wanted to tell you, I kid you not, 50 years ago, a gentleman called Ron Rochester turned up at our modest house in St. Ives. He gave me a contract from 2CH with about a dozen performers to sing at the Opera House in 1973. I gave the contract back to him. He said, "What's wrong with it?" I said, "If I have to explain it to you, I don't need you." With that, he said, "My other artists have more talent in their little finger than you have in your whole body." I said, "Ron, I agree with you 100%, but keep it a secret." Anyway, that was so. With the audacity of hope, I wrote to 2CH, "Thank you for inviting me, but I have an idea. I'd like to do Kamahl at the Opera House, but you might think it's a ridiculous idea, but if you agree, I would like to do it." So I did my first concert at the Sydney Opera House on the 21st of November, 1973. And 2 weeks ago, I had a eureka moment. I realized that was 50 years ago. So I called the Opera House, and the lady gave me 9 questions to answer. I felt kind of humiliated, so I said, "Look, I don't think I want to answer the question. I don't want to be at the Opera House." Instead, I called the program manager, Fiona Williams, and I said, "Look, I have an idea. It's 50 years, my golden anniversary. What do you think?" He said, "All the concert halls are full." I said, "I know, but I'll do it at the steps of the Opera House. I don't care. I'm not fussy." So would you believe she's considering it? She's considering it. And also, another eureka moment, a lady called Grace is the granddaughter of John Coburn, who did the curtains for the Opera House. And John and Barbara came to my first concert in 1973. And the following morning, the dog barked. I went outside. There was a cylinder. There was a print, the artist's proof of John Coburn's The Tree of Life. There began a lifelong friendship, but unfortunately, John and Barbara are no with us, but their family are with me. And I don't know whether if it's going to happen, but I'm hoping I might be able to do a concert at the steps of the Opera House. And if any of you would be interested, I might repeat myself there if you want to come. But thank you, and thanks for this colored dish.